What's up, my freaky fair family? It's me, Fear the Great White, back with another creepypasta for you this evening. This one's called The Hour After Midnight. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and click that sub button if you want to join this freaky fair family. As always, I'm Fear the Great White. You're freaking awesome. This is The Hour After Midnight. Imagine, in the midst of the night, that everything stops. Between midnight and 1 o'clock, such a period exists. Time is frozen in an angelic state of peace, where the moon glows blue. All that are sleeping go into a state similar to being dead and unmovable. Imagine yourself in the position where such a predicament doesn't affect you. That you're awake during the hour after midnight, when you're finally alone in the world. A blue effulgence peers through your curtain, shining right onto your face, causing you to awaken. Normally, you'd get up, go to the restroom, and return to bed. However, at this time, something feels odd. Your eyes instinctively look at your clock. 12:59. Running a hand through your hair, you wonder how long you've been sleeping, since you'd only had gone to bed at 11:30. Unwilling to think it through, you slip out of bed. You notice that your dog, or cat, if that helps you imagine it more clearly, did not react to your abrupt movement. You place a hand on their head, slowly, so you don't startle them. They remain still and cold. Shaking the animal, you begin to panic, then quickly race from the room. Across the hall is your sibling, her back turned to you. You stand at the doorway, shaking. That pale blue brilliance casts through her blinds and is shining over her. You murmur her name, and expectantly, she doesn't respond. You jump onto her bed, hoping to alarm her. The vibration doesn't even shake her. She's frozen. Crying, you push away from her, her body resembling a stone. You run all over the house, hoping to arouse someone. Your parents have the same reaction as your sister. Your final option is to escape outside. The clouds looked as if they'd been painted onto the sky, cartoon-like. Looking at your hands, you look up at the blue eye. Is anything there? A gruffy noise is heard on your driveway. Clutching on the door handle, you prepare to bolt back inside. A shadow moves closer and jumps onto the porch. Startled, you gasp, but are immediately relieved to see the neighbor's ginger cat. What is happening? Responding, it begins to lick itself. You loosen your grasp on the door, your eyes set on your bike. Instinctively, you slid a hand in your pocket and search for your phone. Your hand merely glides across fabric. You sigh, turning back to the cat. Nowhere to be seen. A shudder runs down your spine as you realize you once again are alone. The urge to return into your house, crawl back into bed, and curl up in a ball seem pleasant. You direct yourself back into the door and freeze as deep orange eyes meet yours. The cat now shadowy and black, was inches away from your face, its gaze turning you pale. Its grotesque legs were thin enough to allow it to stand on the doorknob. The sight was cartoon-like. The bony legs reached back up into the cat's body as if it were just sticks underneath the torso. The creature's body was wispy, flakes of dust flicking off its fur. You swap a hand off the door as the cat's legs suddenly wrapped completely around the knob, and it slung upside down, hanging. Its body began to thrust against the door like a door knocker, and the sound echoed so loudly through the empty air. Even though the movements were violent, its body seemed unaffected. You watched the bizarre scene. Eyes widened, and you're frightened. The cat stops and looks at you, then simply meows. Conscious to your surroundings, you dash off the porch and run across the yard. The cat yowls after you. Your heart pounds against your chest, and your legs shake so roughly you're hardly able to move. A strange energy within you unleashes, and you just run for what seemed like hours. The street seemed miles long, cars parked on the side. Abruptly, a dark creature with bladed hands and violet eyes leaps out and begins to chase you. With a sudden rush, your legs pound faster, but it was as if your body was in slow motion. From one of the neighbors' houses, their front door opened, and stood an absurd elderly figure. Its lips moved into a scream, but the only sound you could hear was the cat's yowling. The figure begins to chase you as well. Soon enough, a crowd of creatures just chase you. All the miles of the street, and all the times your feet pounded against the pavement, all you could hear was yowling, but you dared not look back. The hour after midnight was just an endless loop. A voice, louder than the yowling, kept repeating Genesis 19:20.
But Lot's wife looked back and became a pillar of salt.
Over and over, the voice kept repeating this as the yowling became an electric scream. It was all just madness. Each house you pass unleashes another distorted creature, large and small, but all with dark violet eyes and muted screams. Tears run down your face, flooding back behind you into the sea of demons. You finally cry out, breaking through the yowling and the voice. You look back. In one swift motion, you're thrown back into your bed. The room laid itself out as if it had been crumpled paper being unfolded. You were there, sitting in darkness. Breathe in, breathe out. You attempted to calm yourself. Opening your eyes, the only light visible was the fluorescent glow of the digital clock. Almost reluctantly, you turn yourself to face it. Your heart stops. That was the hour after midnight. The withering brain. Dementia is a sad ending for many of our old. A condition that claims our loved parents and grandparents, confining them to an undignified life inside the husk of what they once were. It remains in many ways one of the most cruel ways to die. Slowly, gradually, apathetically, eating away at the fundamental core of the afflicted until they are completely emptied of substance. The scientists attribute dementia to diseases of different kinds, degenerative conditions that quite literally wither the brain tissue away. There is no known cure, as you know, but new medication is constantly tested in efforts to resolve this new epidemic among our aging population. We are still far away from any type of remedy, and if the reader has a relative suffering from dementia in the late stages, you deserve to know what is happening to your loved one. You must realize that your dementia-riddled relative is lost. When their condition has developed far enough, you can see it in their glazed eyes. Their gradual descent into fear, forgetfulness, and terror is indeed a symptom of a brain in degradation. And after their very being has been hollowed out, something else fills the space that has been freed. Something evil, something far more worthy of our terror. So, next time you visit your demented relative, staring blankly into nothing, mumbling incoherently, and repeating the same things again and again as if a broken record, know that whatever has filled the part of them that is gone can never truly hurt you. Not yet, at least. Not, that is, until the same genetic condition that caused their dementia withers your brain away. And over the years, as you yourself are hollowed out, you forget many things, but learn only one: what exactly it is that the senile elders are screaming at. That was The Withering Brain. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Click that sub button if you want to join this freaky fairy family. And as always, I'm Fear the Great White. I'm out. Love y'all. Bye.